companies that are utilizing it to help drive are the ones that are much more transformational and having more success.
Hey, what's up YouTube? Jeremiah Hersey here, and this is the next episode of my Node to Pro series. Today's not really going to be a demonstration, more of an informational section as we move forward into talking about combining data and ways to combine data. One of the first ways is merging queries or merging tables together. This is when we're going to take columns from one table and put them into another table. Now, in order to do this, we need what's known as a key column. We need at least one. This is essentially the same column in both the tables that it has the ability to reference. Now, you have the option to choose more than one key column. So let's say a table has values within it that aren't necessarily unique individually, but together they make a unique key. This key is going to be able to find the value in the other table. So if you look in the description down below, I've put a link to the data stories gallery. This was created by SQL.json to help Power BI users understand different merge types or join types within inside of Power BI. If you're familiar with SQL, these are going to be the same join types. So if you want to click the link in the description and follow along, let's go ahead and get started. So here we are in the Power BI Data Stories Gallery, and this is once again a visual that was created by SQL.json to help Power BI users understand different join types. So if you look here at the top, you can see that you can select different join types and it will modify the way that the information is presented. Now, one of the first things I want to talk about here, so as we choose a join type from up here at the top, it's going to give us a description down below. And so notice this says all from table A, matching from table B. And so when it talks about matching, it's talking about matching based on that key column or the column that is the same between both tables. If you look a little bit lower, you're going to see two tables here, table A and table B. Down below, you do have the resultant table, so when they merge together, what it's going to look like. So as we're looking at these tables, we need to identify a column that is the same between both tables. And there is this is joined column. It's not really a column, it's just here to help you identify what values are going to be joined within that merge. So it's not necessarily a column within inside of here. This is just to kind of help you visually understand which ones are going to be brought together. So as we choose the left outer join, okay, so let me get rid of some of these lines here. Okay, so left outer join is all from table A and anything matching from table B. So we're going to start here at the very first row. So the very first row of table A, Brad Pitt, customer ID of 1. So notice down here, he's put in the resultant table. Now, the key column in this case is the customer ID. The customer ID is essentially the same column in both tables that relates the information. So as it looks for customer ID of 1 over in table B, it cannot find that. So that is why the email is blank for Brad Pitt. As we move down to Tom Hanks, so remember it's a left join, so everything from this table, so customer ID 2, Tom Hanks. Notice row number 2. Now as it grabs this customer ID of 2, it's going to look over in table B for customer ID of 2, and it has found it, and that is why it can return the email address for Tom Hanks. Same thing with Julia Roberts. It's going to look for that customer ID of 3. In this case, it is not available over here in table B, and that is why Julia Roberts does not have an email address. Now, where it gets interesting is when we get down to Angelina and Jen Aniston, which both have a customer ID of 4. Now, if we look over in our table B, we also have 2 values for 4 as well. So what happens is as Angelina, customer ID of 4, gets populated into this table, it's going to look for those customer ID of 4. And so because of that, we are going to get 2 values for Angelina, one for each email address. The same thing is true for Jen Aniston as well, because the customer ID has 2 values for it. We're going to have 2 values for Jen Aniston as well. So remember, everything that we're doing is matching based on that key column. So let's look at a right outer join. So go ahead and select right outer join at the top. So notice the description here. This is going to take everything from table B and anything matching from table A. So this is going to be the opposite of what we just did. So we're going to start over here in table B with customer ID of 2 and SQL JSON. So notice as it finds that matching value, customer ID of 2, it can pull back the name for Tom Hanks. And remember, this is a right outer join, so it takes everything from table B and anything matching from table A. So here we are, customer ID of 4, 41 SQL JSON. It looks over here into table A, there's 2 values, and so therefore Angelina gets both email addresses, and so does Jen Aniston. Remember, everything is based off of this key column. So as it finds 42 SQL JSON, it's going to appropriate to both values here. And then last, we're going to have our customer ID of 5. As it searches for in table A, there is no customer ID of 5, which is why there is no name returned. So choosing the correct join type is important for your data depending upon what you're trying to accomplish. Now, there are also some all matching joins or inner joins, so only the matching rows will be returned. And so once again, this is based off of the customer ID. So customer ID of 2 and 4 are available. So customer ID of 2 and 4. So only the matching rows are returned, and we can see that resultant table down below. If you just want to bring back everything from both tables, that's going to be a full outer join. So a full outer join brings everything from both tables. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to take everything from table A over here. We can see customer ID of 1 and 3. Notice customer ID of 1 and 3 in here. And we also know that table B has that unique customer ID of 5. Notice it down here as well. And so a full outer join is everything from both tables. Now the anti-joins, they're basically the opposite of the left and outer join. So a left anti-join here is going to be everything that is in table A that is not in table B. And so it's basically kind of like the leftovers is a way to think of it. Anything that is not matching. So we can see here Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts are returned because their customer ID does not match. If we go to the right anti-join, the only one that's going to be mismatched because it's coming from the right table is that customer ID of 5 for SQL JSON. And then the full anti-join is everything that doesn't match, so it'd be Brad Pitt, Julia, and this customer ID of 5. So this visualization is a great way to really understand the different join types. As we go into the next episode, we're going to be actually performing a merge in our data set. And so I just wanted to take this time to describe what a merge is, how it's accomplished, and what we're going to be looking for. So that key column is really, really important when we're talking about merging or joining tables together. We have to have at least one key column, but we can have more. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content. I'll see you in the next one.